Aldi is hiding things from senior shoppers, and it's costing you. We spent weeks talking to store managers, longtime employees, and seniors who've been shopping at Aldi for decades. And what we uncovered were weird policies and unusual practices that nobody explains when you walk through those doors for the first time. That's why today, we're revealing these 10 weird Aldi facts that seniors should absolutely know before they shop. And stay with me, because number 1 explains why Aldi feels backwards compared to every other store. And once you understand it, you'll never shop the same way again. Let's start with something that sounds completely wrong in 2026. 10. You can't use coupons, and that's actually good news. This sounds insane. What grocery store doesn't accept coupons in 2026? Aldi doesn't. Not manufacturer coupons, not store coupons, not digital coupons, nothing. Walk in with a stack of Sunday paper coupons, and the cashier will politely tell you they can't take them. It feels wrong, especially if you've spent decades clipping coupons and building your shopping routine around them. But here's the weird part. Aldi's no coupon policy is one of the biggest reasons their prices are so low. Coupons cost money to process. Stores have to pay employees to handle them. They have to submit them to manufacturers for reimbursement. They have to deal with fraud and systems errors. All of that costs money, and those costs get baked into higher everyday prices. Aldi cuts the entire system out. No coupons means no processing cost, and those savings show up as lower base prices. One retired accountant who shops at Aldi told us, "I tracked my spending for 6 months. Even without coupons at Aldi, I spent about 30% less than I did at Kroger with coupons." Their starting prices are just that much lower. A store manager explained it like this: "Customers tell me all the time they miss using coupons. Then I show them our prices compared to other stores after coupons. Our everyday price is usually still lower. You don't need coupons when everything is already cheap." The no coupon policy feels weird at first, but once you understand the strategy behind it, it makes perfect sense. But if you think that's unusual, wait until you hear about number 9. Because this next fact involves something you've been doing at grocery stores your entire life, and Aldi makes you do it completely differently. 9. You rent your shopping cart with a quarter. Aldi makes you pay to use a shopping cart. Not pay like you're buying it, pay like you're leaving a deposit. You insert a quarter into the cart to unlock it from the chain. When you return the cart, you get your quarter back. The first time seniors encounter this, the reaction is usually confusion or mild annoyance. Why are we paying for shopping carts? Is this some cheap trick? It's neither. It's actually brilliant. The quarter deposit system solves a problem that costs other grocery stores millions: cart retrieval. At traditional stores, carts get left all over the parking lot. The store pays employees to collect them. That labor cost gets built into prices. Aldi's quarter system creates a self-regulating solution. Customers return their own carts because they want their quarter back. No cart collectors needed. Lower labor costs mean lower prices. One employee told us, "I worked at Walmart before Aldi. We had 2 people whose entire job was grabbing carts from the parking lot all day. Aldi doesn't even need that position." The practical advice is simple. Keep a quarter in your car specifically for Aldi. Put it in your cup holder or center console so you never forget. No quarter? The customer service desk can usually make change, or you can ask someone walking out if you can take their cart. Pro tip from a manager: if you forget your quarter and someone offers you their cart for free, take it. Then, when you're done, return it and get the quarter. Next time you shop, you'll already have one. The cart deposit system seems weird, but it's the perfect example of Aldi's philosophy. Find creative ways to cut costs, then pass those savings to customers. Now, before we continue, if you're already finding these facts useful, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe to Frugal Finds For You. We're just getting started, and the weird facts coming up get even stranger. 8. Cashiers sit down and scan faster than anyone else. Walk into any Aldi, and you'll notice something immediately different. The cashiers are sitting, not leaning, not occasionally taking a break. They have chairs, and they sit for their entire shift. In American grocery culture, this looks lazy. We're conditioned to expect cashiers to stand. Sitting feels unprofessional, like they're not working hard enough. That's completely backwards. Aldi cashiers sit because they work harder and faster than cashiers at almost any other grocery store. The sitting is about efficiency and employee well-being, not laziness. Aldi cashiers are expected to scan at extreme speeds. The company's standard has been described as around 1,200 items per hour. That's roughly 20 items per minute, basically one item every few seconds over and over. For context, cashiers at many traditional stores scan closer to 600 to 800 items per hour. Aldi's pace can be about double. Sitting allows cashiers to maintain that pace without wrecking their bodies. Standing for 8 hours while scanning that fast would destroy backs, knees, and feet. One longtime employee explained, "I worked at Kroger for 10 years before Aldi. I was in pain every day. My feet hurt, my back hurt. At Aldi, I sit, I scan faster, and I go home feeling fine. It's night and day." The sitting also benefits customers. Faster checkout. Because cashiers aren't exhausted from standing all day, they keep their speed from morning to night. You get through the line quicker, even when the store is busy. It looks strange to American shoppers, but once you understand the reason, you realize other grocery stores might actually have it backwards. Speaking of things that feel backwards, number 7 is going to make you question everything you thought you knew about how grocery stores make money. 7. Most products are Aldi's own brands, and they're made by name brand companies. Walk through Aldi and you'll notice something strange. Hardly any name brands. Almost everything is Aldi's private label. That makes new shoppers nervous. Where's the Heinz ketchup? Where's the Cheerios? Where's the Tide? They're there, but just wearing different labels. Aldi's private label products are often manufactured by the same companies that make national brands. Same factories, similar ingredients, sometimes extremely close to the same product, just packaged differently. Millville cereals are made by the same types of manufacturers that produce name brand cereal. Berman's condiments often come from the same kinds of facilities that produce the big ketchup and mustard brands. Radiance cleaning products can come from the same types of large-scale consumer goods factories that supply major labels. Aldi doesn't manufacture most of these items themselves. They contract with established manufacturers who already have the equipment, supply chain, and quality control systems. Aldi's label goes on the product and the brand markup disappears. That's how they keep prices low. National brands charge more, partly because they spend billions on advertising. You're paying for commercials, celebrity endorsements, and marketing campaigns built into every box and bottle. One former food industry executive told us, "I worked for a company that made both name brand products and Aldi products. Same line, same ingredients, same standards. The difference was the label and the price. The Aldi version cost way less." This is especially important for seniors on a budget. You're not automatically sacrificing quality by buying Aldi brands. A lot of the time, you're buying the same category of product without paying for the advertising. And here's the weirder part. Some Aldi products are actually better than the name brand equivalent. The practical takeaway is this: don't be afraid of Aldi's private labels. They aren't mystery knockoffs. They're real products from real manufacturers, just without the brand tax. But here's something even stranger about Aldi's products, and this one at number 6 explains why you can't always find the same items twice. 6. The Aldi Finds section changes every Wednesday, and products vanish fast. The center aisles at Aldi are weird. The products change constantly. One week it's patio furniture, the next week it's winter clothing. The week after that, it's kitchen gadgets. And sometimes it feels like none of it ever comes back. This is the Aldi Finds section, and it runs on a strategy that seems designed to create chaos. Limited-time specialty items that show up once, then disappear. Every Wednesday, new Aldi finds arrive. Seasonal items, special food, household goods, and random stuff that has nothing to do with groceries. And once it sells out, it's gone. No restocking, No rain checks. Gone. This seems like terrible inventory management. What kind of store doesn't keep popular items in stock? Aldi does it on purpose. Rotating inventory creates urgency. When customers see something they want, they buy it now because they know it won't be there next week. This also keeps Aldi stores small. They don't need giant back rooms and massive warehouses. They cycle items quickly and keep operations lean. For seniors, this creates both opportunity and frustration. The opportunity is incredible deals. Aldi finds are often priced 30 to 50% less than similar items elsewhere. If you need something and it's there that week, buy it. You may not see that price again. The frustration is you can't count on anything being there later. One senior shopper told us, "I saw wireless headphones for $15. I thought about it for 2 days, went back, gone, every single pair. I learned my lesson. If I see something good in Aldi finds, I grab it right then." The smart move is to check what's coming before you shop. Aldi posts weekly previews on their site and app. You can see what arrives on Wednesday and plan around it. The rotating inventory feels weird, but it's part of what makes Aldi, Aldi. And speaking of things that make Aldi different, number 5 is going to change how you see grocery store layouts forever. 5. Products stay in their shipping boxes on purpose. Walk through Aldi and you'll see something that looks unfinished. Products sitting in open shipping boxes on the shelves. Cardboard trays with the tops cut off, cases of soup sitting on pallets. It looks like employees never finished stocking. They did. That's intentional. Aldi doesn't stock shelves like traditional grocery stores do. They don't take items out one by one and line them up like a display. They cut the shipping box open and put the whole box on the shelf. When the box is empty, they toss it and replace it with a new one. It looks sloppy, but it's genius efficiency. One employee explained, "At my old job, I spent hours every morning making shelves look pretty. At Aldi, I can stock huge sections of the store in the time it used to take me to do one aisle." There's also a practical benefit. Items stay cleaner and more protected with less handling. You're basically buying closer to straight from the warehouse, with fewer hands touching everything. For seniors, this creates a small adjustment. Products aren't always presented at eye level. You may have to look up and down more. It's more utilitarian. But the trade-off is worth it. You're paying significantly less for the same category of product. Now, if you're thinking these facts are unusual but manageable, number 4 is going to test your routine. Because this one requires you to bring something from home, and if you forget, it will cost you. 4. You have to bring your own bags. Or buy them every time. Aldi doesn't hand you shopping bags. No plastic bags at checkout. No paper bags. Nothing. You bring reusable bags. You buy bags from Aldi, or you carry groceries out in your arms like you're moving into a dorm. For seniors who've been getting free bags for decades, this feels ridiculous. Why won't you give me a bag? Because bags cost money, and Aldi doesn't want to charge you for bags through higher prices. Every free bag at a traditional grocery store is built into the cost of your groceries. Those stores spend millions on bags every year, and customers pay for it. Whether they realize it or not, Aldi makes bags optional. You can buy reusable bags for cheap. You can buy heavier duty bags for a little more. Or you bring your own. Your choice. One store manager told us, "People complain about paying for bags, but they're saving $30 on groceries. They're upset about bag money while ignoring grocery savings. The math doesn't add up." There's also the environmental benefit. Fewer free bags means less plastic waste. For seniors, the solution is simple. Keep reusable bags in your car, right next to your Aldi quarter. Make it part of the routine. Another tip from an employee. If you forgot bags and you bought refrigerated or frozen items, ask for a box. Aldi has boxes. Boxes insulate better than bags anyway. The no free bags policy feels weird and inconvenient, but it's part of Aldi's system of cutting unnecessary costs. Once you adapt, it stops being a problem. But number 3 isn't about adapting. This one is about Aldi intentionally doing something that looks like it works against convenience. and yet it's one of the smartest moves they make. 3. Stores are intentionally small and carry only about 1,400 products. Traditional grocery stores carry 30 to 40,000 products. Mega stores can carry 100,000 plus. Aldi carries about 1,400. Walking into Aldi can feel cramped and limited. Where's the variety? Where are all the options? Why are there only 2 pasta sauces? This seems like a weakness. It's not. Limited selection is Aldi's superpower. Every product has to earn its spot. Aldi doesn't stock 5 brands of ketchup. They stock 1, and it has to be the best value. They don't carry 12 olive oils. They carry 2 or 3 carefully chosen ones. That ruthless curation creates massive efficiency. Aldi can operate stores that are much smaller than traditional grocery chains. Smaller stores mean lower rent, lower utilities, lower maintenance, lower everything. Those savings go straight into lower prices. For seniors, less choice can actually be a gift. Decision fatigue is real. Walking a giant store and comparing 10 nearly identical products is exhausting. Aldi's streamlined selection makes shopping faster. One senior shopper told us, "I used to spend 2 hours at Kroger comparing prices and finding everything. At Aldi, I'm in and out in 25 minutes. I don't miss the extra options." Limited selection also means less walking. Aldi stores are compact. You can see most of the store from the entrance. No hiking half a mile to find bread. For seniors with mobility issues, this is a real benefit. Less walking means less fatigue. You can finish shopping without draining your energy. The small store and limited selection feels like a disadvantage at first. But for smart shoppers, especially seniors, it can be one of Aldi's best features. Now, we're getting into the really strange territory, because number 2 is about how fast everything happens at Aldi, and it may force you to change your entire checkout routine. 2. Cashiers don't bag your groceries, and you can't bag at the register. Aldi checkout is aggressively fast and completely different from what you're used to. The cashier scans items at lightning speed and drops them straight into a cart at the end of the register. They don't bag, they don't organize. They scan, beep, drop. Scan, beep, drop. Then you pay, and you're expected to move. You take your cart of unbagged groceries to the bagging counter or to your car and handle it there. For seniors used to chatting and bagging at the register, this can feel rushed and impersonal, but it's exactly why Aldi checkout moves so fast. Traditional stores scan and bag at the same time. That slows everything down and requires more labor hours. Aldi separates scanning from bagging. The cashier's job is speed. Your job is bagging away from the register, at your pace. This keeps lines moving even when the store is packed. One employee explained, "We're timed on scanning speed. The company tracks items per hour. It's not personal. It's literally part of the job." The bagging counter is where you take your time. It's a long shelf with space to bag properly. You can organize by category. No one is rushing you there. That's actually better than bagging at the register. More room, more control, less pressure. The practical advice is simple. Don't try to bag at the register. It stresses you out and backs up the line. Let the cashier do their rapid scan, pay, then move over and bag calmly. If you're worried about the speed, tell the cashier. Many will slow down a bit if you ask. One manager shared, "We're fast, but we're not monsters." The scanning and bagging separation seems weird, but it makes Aldi checkout one of the most efficient in grocery retail. And that brings us to number 1, the weirdest fact of all. The thing about Aldi that sounds impossible in modern retail, and yet it's absolutely true. 1. Aldi is a secretive German company that invented modern discount grocery shopping. Aldi isn't an American company trying to compete with Walmart and Kroger. Aldi is a German company that has been perfecting discount grocery retail since 1946. It was founded by 2 brothers, Karl and Theo Albrecht, in post-war Germany. They took over their mother's small shop and built it around a radical idea: eliminate everything that doesn't directly lower prices. No frills, minimal advertising, no fancy displays. Just ruthless efficiency and the lowest possible prices. That's why Aldi feels weird to American shoppers. It wasn't designed for American expectations. It was designed around German efficiency, where function matters more than appearance. Sitting cashiers? Normal in Germany? Quarter cart deposits? A European-style efficiency system? Limited selection? Efficiency. Box shelving? Speed and pragmatism. Every weird thing about Aldi serves one purpose: reduce costs. Here's the really weird part. Aldi is actually two separate companies, Aldi Nord and Aldi Süd. The brothers split the company in 1960 over a disagreement about whether to sell cigarettes. They divided territories and agreed not to compete in each other's regions. Aldi Süd operates Aldi in the United States. Aldi Nord operates in other regions and owns Trader Joe's through its side of the business. Yes, Trader Joe's is connected to Aldi's family tree. The companies are famously private. They don't love interviews. They don't reveal much. The founding family became incredibly wealthy while staying almost completely out of the public eye. One retail insider told us, Aldi runs more like a private operation than a typical grocery chain. Everything is confidential. Everything is protected. They don't want competitors copying their methods. That secrecy even extends to store operations. Employees are trained intensely, but discouraged from talking publicly about internal practices. Managers have authority, but answer to regional directors who run operations with strict precision. For seniors, understanding Aldi's German roots makes everything click. This isn't a store trying to be like Kroger or Publix. It's a foreign company, bringing a completely different philosophy to American retail. Once you stop expecting Aldi to operate like a traditional U.S. grocery store, everything makes sense. The weirdness has purpose. The efficiency has a reason. And the low prices aren't a temporary promotion. They're the business model, refined for over 75 years. One longtime Aldi shopper said it perfectly. I spent years being annoyed by how different Aldi was. Then I realized I was saving $4,000 a year on groceries. Now I don't care how weird it is. I care that it works. These 10 facts can save you thousands per year. Seriously, thousands. Money that stays in your pocket, instead of going to stores counting on you not knowing any better. If that matters to you, hit that like button and subscribe to Frugal Finds for you. We're exposing what every major store doesn't want you to know, so you never overpay again. And the video on your screen is the next piece of the puzzle. Click it, and I'll meet you there.